So nice.
Hello, Alex.
So nice.
Yo, Alexotos love.
What's up, everybody? Sorry, I ran to get some water. I was like, oh shit, I'm out. What's up, guys? How you doing? Latham, what's going on? Seabass, Bell, how you doing? FR, Avo, Scum. Chaser, 41 months. Holy shit, love you, handsome. Love you too, bro. Thank you so much for 41 months of being here, dude. Jishi, tier 1 for 20. I was about to say 26 months. 26 months. Thank you, Jishi. Appreciate you, man. Charlie Mix says, hello, hello, Senior Alex. Damn. Okay, I appreciate that. OLED? Today's gonna be interesting.
Hi,
though.
Alex. Hi, chat.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious in how this is gonna sound today. Aristus, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate your 3 months of being here. Bauer Light everywhere. I see them everywhere. It is legitimately such a good board, though. Like, I purposely didn't want to use it all week, and then I was like, you know what? Today I think I'm gonna break down and just use it. But it has such like a nice sound signature to it, you know? Kite Keys, thank you so much for a tier 1 for 2 months. And Rob, thank you so much for 34 months of being here, bro. Holy, thank you guys for the subs. I really appreciate it. First Alex stream during a winter storm. Bro, there was a few car accidents that we heard go last night because the snow was falling. Then I took a small little walk last night just to like, you know, get out, you know, I don't know, just get out. And I almost got hit by a car too, because no one's paying attention. And I had the right of way to cross. I was just crossing the street, man. Bauer Light looks so goddamn good. It is clean, bro. It is such a clean keyboard. Very clean looking, stoked for a day stream. Me too, it should be nice today. I had a little bit of trouble turning on this camera this morning. So actually this one here, if you see that it is kind of in the wrong spot right now because I didn't really position it correctly. I think just, it's an old camera. The X-T3 is I think the oldest Fuji camera in my collection. And I think it's starting to just be a little wonky. So I might swap out the X-T3 for the other camera I have and just use the X-T3 as like the photo camera. Because I think it'll look exactly the same for photos. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Can we hear your Bauer Light? I have Obscuras in here. I think the Obscuras sound wonderful, but I think it sounds great. Very nice Bauer keyboard. Thank you, dude. Lane, thank you so much for being here for 3 streams in a row. Where's the Event Horizon? It's just sitting on my shelf over there. It's not that I don't like. I love the Event Horizon. I think it's probably still my favorite keyboard of the year. But just, you know, mixing it up.
My dude.
What's going on? How you doing, Fur? Thank you for being here. I remember once I waited for a lady to cross in front of me, and he'd get her on the sidewalk, checked, started driving again, and in that time she had turned around to cross back over, give you the biggest stink eye. Yeah, people are very wild when snow falls, especially. It is the craziest thing, man. So nice. Nax, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good one. Predict the top keyboard? Oh, actually, that sounds like a pretty fun question. What do you guys think the top keyboard of the year is? What's the top keyboard of 2024? I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, if I were to give 3 categories, one of the categories being like, you know, like the accessibility kind of thing. I think if it was accessibility, it would be like a toss-up for me between Envoy and Bowerlight. So nice. Those two are my favorite by far. And again, this is all personal. This is nothing like definitive. For me, Bowerlight or Envoy had to be one of my favorites for the year. And then I think in terms of just overall design, it's probably either Derivative or Event Horizon. Probably Event Horizon though. Miso, thank you so much for the Prime. And also Hubert, thank you so much for 13 months of being here, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the Bowerlight's nice. I have to admit, out of all the boards we've done this year, for, I guess, accessible, more budget-oriented boards, I love the look of injection molded stuff, so no TKD. I like the TK. Like, don't get me wrong, the Cycle 7 was good. The Cycle 7 also, to me, wasn't really the look I was looking for in a board, because, like, visual is also important, and I think I'm entitled to, like, tell you that, hey, while the Cycle 7 had all the internals done 100% correct, it just wasn't too interesting for me. That's all. I thought it was a boring looking board. It was just okay. Like, I don't know. I get why everyone made a big fuss about the Cycle 7, but visually, it just wasn't really my thing. Opinions not allowed, only objective facts. That's my bad, bro. Didn't realize we were doing that today. Posture check? I'm going. What do you think about the Cyberboard terminal? Oh, that's from Angry Meow, right? I don't really remember how that one there looks. I gave a unit away, I just don't remember how it looks. What's the Symmetry 70% keyboard? Symmetry 70? Oh, do you mean the Tenet? Is that the one we're talking about? Today's board's really, really, really interesting, by the way. If Tim could read, he would be very angry. If Tim could read? Can Tim not read? That's crazy. Excited to see the model OLED. I'm very torn if I should get it. I'm excited to build it. I think, like, oops, there's like a little piece of, I was filming switches this morning. I think, I don't know. I think we're gonna have a mixed bag of sound signature from it. We'll see though. Which IEMs are those you're wearing? I am wearing Campfire Andromedas. Little Andromedas for today. All right, let's get this board out for you guys. I just took a look at it to make sure everything was in the box. I didn't really inspect it too hard though, so let's see what we got today. So this is the model OLED. Starting price is $450, I want to say. Let me double check. $450, and then for the chromium plate at bottom, it's $470. So this is a bit more of a spendy keyboard as well. We kind of on a trend the last week. We're kind of hitting that spendy price point. However, I do think this one here, it's a little bit more fun in that spendy category. So I'm gonna start off with what's inside the box. I'm not gonna show you the keyboard yet. We got some standoffs, which I think we have to use, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something. All right. No one say anything. Just like, don't be alarmed. There's a reason why, and you will find out as we open up the keyboard. All right. This is the PCB. All right, this is the PCB here. Everyone chill, okay? Yeah, so the PCB actually bends. Well, it doesn't bend per se right now, but if you guys look, the plate is actually curved. That's why I'm kind of like, all right, this could be really interesting. So this follows, I believe, the same ergonomic platform or whatever you want to call it as, was it one of the older boards? I'm not really too familiar with all my old keyboards per se, but it follows that same ergonomic like swoosh, whatever. But Model M, yeah. Should be interesting though, right? And then the keyboard itself also has a little OLED screen or LCD. I'm not sure if it's actually OLED. I'm pretty positive it is. And it doubles. The first board I've ever seen like this, by the way. It's also a button. I thought it was cool. You guys don't have to think it's cool, but I think it's actually really cool. So interesting, very, very interesting. I wonder how that's gonna affect like typing for me anyways, because I don't think I maybe typed on one years and years and years and years ago, but we're gonna see. Other than that, the board looks sick. This is the chromium plated one, I believe, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the chromium one at the bottom here. I think the all beige one would have been really cool, but we'll take this off right now too. There is some rippling on this, if this was PVD'd, which I'm assuming it was. It's not like the most high caliber PVD I've ever seen in my entire life, but it's also not bad. There is just a little bit of rippling, as you guys can probably see by the reflection of my monitor. It will also never be this clean again. That is the other bad side about having these reflective pieces on boards. Oh my God, it's like a mirror, basically. Is the plate continuously bending or is it in steps? It is a consistent bend here. You guys can probably see from this angle. As you guys can kind of see, the plate bends, which is kind of cool. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see how this all plays out. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Man, it has been a long time since I've played something like that. Long time. There's also a piece of foam it came with, which I'll probably end up installing, which I'll leave to the side over here. Freeze, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that. Thank you. This came with some stabs. I'm not too sure if your units will come with stabs. I didn't see any notes on that. I hope it does. And then I believe this is a bunch of feet. There is some changes, which I'll be reading off too. And then we also have, I guess this is like a protective film for the OLED screen, which I don't know if I'll put on today because I don't really care that much. I'm also the type of guy to not bother putting on a case on my phone, so judge me if you want. Just don't judge me too hard, all right? Would you prefer to buy a Sonnet or an Envoy? Looking to pick up a board which is in stock at the moment, and both of these look solid. The uneven sound profile of the Envoy, I think, is a stretch by a few people. If I'm being completely, honest, I think it's a bit of a stretch. I think that if you end up over tightening the screws, it could have little hot spots on the board, which end up sounding a bit more metallic. But I do not think it's uneven. And I think the idea of having uneven sound signatures is a little bit weird. Just because like on no keyboard I will ever type on will each row be even. So it's gonna be a little bit different. But I do agree that there is some hot spots where the screws go in. The option is to leave the screws out or just not screw them in all the way. All right, I guess let's just lube up some stabs while we do this, and then we'll take out all the pieces of the keyboard. But interesting. By the way, guys, this is technically, I would say this is sponsored, but I also work for Novel Keys. So I'm, just like we reviewed a few other boards, like the Navi and stuff from Novel Keys, I'm completely objective on those. In fact, there were bits and pieces of the Navi which I didn't like, and I was very upfront with it. So will not be affecting this at all. These Duroc stabs? I'm assuming they're 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually, we'll do them all, I guess. Do we have a lot of compatibility on the... I guess we do, kinda. Because there is going to be a Win keyless and TKL, like standard Win key one, so there is some compatibility. We got 1, 2, 3... Yeah, we got some stuff. Not a lot, though. So the PCB is pretty fixed in most cases. This will be running through NK. Nice, I live close enough to them that I get stuff like the day after. That's awesome. Can you leave the screws out? Yeah, I usually do. I typically just not bother screwing in stuff with that board. No ISO Sag? That is kind of Sag, huh? I wonder why they prompted to not bother with ISO. Maybe too many SKUs? It is super nice, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's so convenient, dude. How was your guys' night, by the way? Requesting Botanical Desert in advance? Ooh, I was thinking of using a CRP set today, but If you guys want Botanical Desert, that might look sick on this. Maybe ISO wasn't possible with the sharp bend. Oh, true. Nev, you make a good point. That didn't even click in my brain. Botanical Desert would be fire as fuck. Okay, maybe we can do that set today. I don't think I have it on anything else. I had a Sag night. I was cleaning up my keyboards. I don't know. I feel stupid even telling you guys this story. I was cleaning out my keyboards and I was holding the keyboard with one hand, and I don't know how it slipped a little bit. Like, it didn't fall out of my hands, but like my grip slipped on it a little bit, and it just like fell on one side abruptly and hits like the edge of a desk. And there's like a little mark on the underside of one of my boards now, which I was a little bit sad about, but it's fine. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, I guess. But I was a little sad. Alex, what's your thoughts on basically every board using universal plates instead of ISO or ANSI plates now? I feel like it makes the key over slightly crooked. I actually agree with you. But I think that's easily fixable by just adjusting the switch. But I kind of prefer the idea of having a single plate. I mean, in the long run, I'd prefer just a plate meant for your layout, just so it, works and feels better. But in terms of what the consumer might want, I think a universal plate is better than having them have to pick up like two different plates, and one might sit in storage if they ever change their mind, Now the board has more character. Yeah, it was the Bina. I was like taking the keycaps off of it basically, and I'm just like, man, that sucks. Tayway, what's going on, dude? Thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate that, bro. And thanks for the follows, guys. Thank you. I know, I'm so sad about it. It's in a spot that you would never see though, so it's fine, I guess, but always smoge. The scratch makes it worthless. Just send it my way. Damn, this man just called it worthless. That's crazy, banana. Universal reduces waste IMO. I agree with BRS as well. I think there are more benefits into Universal than there is into having a bunch of separate plates. By the way, if you needed more boards to build, mine should come in on Tuesday. Since you DM, I got it this morning, Nev, the DM. I will schedule you in. My January went from being sort of normal to really busy though. So you'll probably end up getting a slot end of Jan, like normal. So your hands are so soft. Can I kiss them? Bro, I hate to break it to you. I wish I could sit here and tell you guys my hands are soft. Do you guys see how like fucked up and dry they are? I try to apply lotion as much as possible, but they're just, during this time of year, since I was like a little kid, I always get super dry hands. Some days they like actually hurt. They're so dry. Dry hands equals no GMK shine. I will admit though, bro, I do not get many sets shiny because of how dry my hands are. Savior, happy to catch a stream. I've been a VOD frog for a hot minute because I haven't been able to catch a stream, but some real Elder Scrolls Online grinding. Oh, cause of some real Online Scrolls. Dude, I feel you there, bro. Sometimes those games get in the way, but you know what? As long as you're having fun. You know what I installed last night? Savior, I installed PoE. Against my better judgment. I haven't really played it. I only started the character. I decided I'm gonna play a witch. But against my better judgment, I installed PoE. I have Vampire Survivor. I haven't got the new DLC though. The DLC kind of looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, man. I think I'm gonna play it tomorrow. I'm not gonna play it today. Today I got some work to do, and then I want to go fix and ship out some stuff. So today's a bit of a busy one, but yeah, I'm a little smoge that I installed it. I come in and hear PoE in Alex's stream. Never expected that. Next, I played the living crap out of that game 2 years ago, I want to say. 2 or 3 years ago. And I think I kind of want to get back into it. I was thinking last night, I'm playing Baldur's Gate. That's really about it. I got no other games to play. And I'm like, all right, let me look through my list of what I have to play. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, my list of games is kind of pathetic. So I was like, all right, what can I install for the week ahead? Because I know I'm gonna have a bit of a weird week of streaming keyboards this week. It's a little lighter, in my opinion, just because, I don't know, everyone's board kind of got delayed in shipping. But I was like, fuck, what can I play? Because this could be a fantastic thing for me to just sit back and relax a little bit. I'm like, PoE, bro. Dude, I have so many games in backlog. I have not, it's kind of obviously a personal problem. Nothing's been interesting me. So I just haven't been playing anything. And like, yeah, the competitive games like what? Finals and some of the other games, TFT and stuff. But those are kind of low-key boring after a while. Delays were with everything. Just for whatever reason, a lot of boards got delayed at least a week. Seems like everything's coming in about a week. How are you, man? I can see a stream looking good. Edward, how you doing? It's been a while, man. If you guys don't know who Edward is, fantastic photographer. One of my idols. Him and Markerchan. My idols. I didn't even beat Tears of the Kingdom. I should play Breath of the Wild one more time too. I don't really remember much of it. Cyberpunk DLC. I heard the Cyberpunk DLC was good. My issue, and this, again, personal problem, Cyberpunk, I don't remember at all. So I kind of feel like I'd have to play it all again, but I feel like I'm going to rush through it. And I know that's a personal problem, bro. I've been enjoying the Avatar game. That came out? The one that I was like low-key making fun of a while ago because it looked like a terrible storyline. Vampire Survivors has no business being as good as it is. If you like Vampire Survivors, Zambam, you should 100% try Death Must Die. I think so far that's been my favorite one in the genre of that style of game that I've been playing. It kind of hits that looting aspect that I like so much, but Call of Duty. What games you play, Alex? Right now, Baldur's Gate, and I'm going to play a little bit of PoE. That's really it. I want to get a little bit into my gaming vibe again this year. Because last year I felt like I just did not game much at all. Path of Exile. I wonder how many Bauer Lights builds you've had, or you'll build once the restock comes in. I hope they do well. Savior, thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you, bro. I mean, I hope people get the Bauer Lights and, you know, they can build it themselves. But if people want me to build them, I'm always happy to. But I haven't had any Bauer Light requests yet. You Toy, what's going on, dude? By the way, I really do appreciate, I know we talked about it a little bit in the end of 2023, but I really do appreciate everyone coming to the stream and supporting me here and stuff like that. I know that I have not been active in terms of short form content. I know for a while, I think early 2023, I got really into the short form stuff and I was like, yeah, this is fun. I got burnt out on it real quick because it's low-key exhausting and it's just pandering, you know? I feel like it's just like you're doing really short, meaningless content just to like get a quick little, you know, dopamine hit. Kind of got bored of it. So people still want that. I might do a few in 2024, but streaming, like I said last year, streaming is my main priority in creating our awesome community. So thank you guys for being here and supporting me. All right, let's do some dielectric grease. Where did I stick it? Death the Cringe talk. I've been finding myself less and less on TikTok and stuff like that as well. So it's a nice feeling just because like I don't feel as like bound to it, but I guess let's just let it organically happen. If you have the urge, why not? That's kind of where I'm at, you toy. 100% that's where I'm at. Any tips for stab shims? I typically put the shims on the bottom. I don't really got any tips for those though. They kind of just slide on, or you can kind of like snap them in, sorta. Without a shim here to show you, I don't really have a great way to explain this. The OmniType 75 looks nice. WinKey for once. There's an OmniType 75 leak. I think I know what board it is, but I don't know if it's... Is it called the OmniType 75? Compliment for Cass? Hey, Cass, you being here in 2024 makes my whole year seem like it's going to be amazing. Thanks for being here, bro. Love you. I hope it's all smiles for you this year. And I can't wait to do more stuff, man. I can't get these shims in. I don't really got a shim to show you. I think last stream, Jason, if you want to kind of like skim through my VOD, I did shims. Basically, I put the stab here. I'll kind of show you here. I put the stab in like this. And then I grab this shim with the bigger hole and I kind of like pull it in. And then I screw it in. If that makes any sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't. There's going to be some other injection molded keyboards this year as well. I know there's also the SAT75X. Should be interesting. Is it a 6.25 or a 7? This is a 7. Oh, Jesus. My phone's vibrating, and I put it on top of my AirPods for whatever reason. It just slid off. All right, get off of here, stupid ass phone. Was lucky enough to score the Event Horizon raffle. Ooh, help me pick a switch and keycap combo. Trash, you really want you want my opinion? Oh, I'm gonna give you the most boring ass opinion, Trash. Maybe not for keycaps. I can give you some fun ones for that, but you want a really good switch? Hey man, try some this new switch. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're kind of rare. Cherry Nixies or Hyperglides. Pick one of those two. And then for Trash opinion, and then for keycaps, if you got the Event Horizon, so that's the gray one, just about everything works with that. So I personally think you kind of have free range. But in terms of what's available right now, there are so many. I mean, Redline would also look really cool on that too. Like the set that I have on this board right now, I think it would look kind of nice on that. Stream is getting more basic than I am. Goddamn aesthetic. Hey, we're using HMX switches today. I got some more HMXs. This is the last batch I have for the time being. I think that's it for this week. And then... So for the Ori, I promised you guys I would one set of cherry switches for personal boards or prototypes this year. So for the Ori on Sunday, next Sunday, I will be using Gatoron Milky Yellows because Milky Yellows are classic as well and they slap. But I did put a new spring inside and I did try a different film. So it should be still kind of interesting, but we'll see. Should still be like a fun like attempt at a switch that I usually use, but a little different. You think yellows are mid? HMX gang, welcome to the club. They're so good. Keyboard Dad, honestly, I think I'm kind of into the HMX vibe right now. Try Gatoron KS3s. I have. They're so good. So far, what's your favorite HMX switch? I think it's a tie between the macchiatos and the cheese switches. If I'm gonna state the ones that I've tried so far. There could be some other really great ones that I just haven't tried, but I think those two are kind of my, like, okay, I really enjoyed these. Are you doing Daring Run 70F? Oh, I think so. That one there, I think I have already in my possession. I think I'll be doing that in 2 weeks or something. Where do you get HMX switches? There is a few stores you can pick them up at. There's Unikey, and there's also a store here in Canada you can pick them up at as well. Hello, Alex L. Kwan. How are you doing, my friend? Hello, hello. Won the Event Horizon, but confused whether to enter Kohaku or not. Ah, shit, man. At gunpoint, Kohaku or Event Horizon? Damn, that's kind of tough, dude. I think, oh, by the way, here's the IC for the, I guess it just got approved or something. Here's the IC for the board we're doing today for Geekhack. I would probably pick the Event Horizon as much as I love, Elaine's work and I like the Singa kind of keyboard. I will admit, I think I prefer the visual styles of the Event Horizon. Yeah, I feel really bad answering that because they're both amazing keyboards. I would just personally be more comfortable in the long run with the Event Horizon. Personally. So, yeah. Oh, maybe this didn't get... Oh, this was a thing already. Oh, never mind. I was told it wasn't approved on Geekhack, but it's okay. Or I guess the group by thread. That's the IC thread, my mistake. EH just too good. Kohaku's a work of art, but I can't even tell you... but you can't even tell until you flip it over? Yeah, I agree. Best keycaps are a polycarbonate case? Oh, man. Dude, anything works with polycarb. Anything, literally. You can pick whatever you want for polycarb and it'll work out well. Well, I'm just going to double check the build guide on the Model OLED for one moment. So those are the screw places. And then it says install stabs first, install plate screws and screw nuts. Okay, so we got to do... Okay, I'll just do stabs first then. So let's just screw some stuff in. Where is my screwdriver set? Oh, literally right over here. GMK panels. Panels would look pretty nice with a polycarbonate board. I agree. You know what else is... Shout out to our boy Neflock. We love Riley. You know what else is, I feel like, an underrated set that we need to use more often? Metropolis. Oh, I grabbed a hex bit when I need this bit. Metropolis is kind of nice. Shout out to Riley. Oh my god, this PCB is so flexy. It's like going everywhere, but it's supposed to be like this because we have to bend the PCB basically. You guys will see. It's a very interesting board we're doing today. Okay. I know this didn't come with it, but I probably do want to put a washer here. The reason why I want to put a washer is simply because I'm a big stabs guy. Like, I have to have stabs being perfect for me or it bothers me the entire keyboard. And I'm seeing, you guys can't really tell. It's a good fit. Like, if I were to leave them like this, it'd probably be fine. But I like when the stabs are completely solid and there's no little bit of jiggle here. I can't even demo this properly. But this is with any keyboard. So I am gonna just throw on some washers and that should help tighten it up a little bit. I appreciate them including stabs though. That's a very kind gesture. What do you not like about TX stabs? I just think with my relationship with TX stabs is probably a little bit skewed at this point because I've had so many keyboards where the TX stabs just like did not work because of tolerance issues or just something along those lines. And I've had more fluid experiences with my cherry clip-ins. I'm looping switches for my F1 today. Ooh. Been a while since I've had to do enough for a TKL. I hope you enjoy the process. Any thoughts on keycaps to go on the Supermassive? I am going to be very transparent here. I am not good at matching things with gold. The only thing I can think of is a black keycap set. Gold colorways or just like, yeah, anything like this is like not my strong suit. Yeah, not my strong suit there. I apologize. Maybe minimal? I don't know why I'm so bad with golds. I like silvers more than I like golds. Not a big gold fan personally. Yeah. That's why even when it came down to the Event Horizon versus the Supermassive, I appreciate the material choice and the finish of the Supermassive. I think it looked sick. However, I just dropped a washer. I like the silver better. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, I mean, dark red could look... I mean, I think all those things by Just Press make a lot of sense. I would listen to Just Press. Civ is a good set for that too. Edward's right. Oh my god, my Neo 65 comes today, but I'm going to LA all day to try Japanese Italian fusion. Whoa, Japanese Italian fusion. Ooh. I can't even begin to fathom. I've never heard that combo before. That sounds interesting. Let us know how that is, Savior. Very interesting sounding. Do you just do stab installs and tuning PCBs, or would I need to do a whole commission for that? Trash, if you want me to do that, I'm happy to. I recommend you send me over the PCB though. I have done clients where, I've been very adamant about saying, hey, I don't think just doing stabs and putting them in a bag is a good thing. And they never ship well. I recommend you sending me the PCB at the very least. You don't have to do a whole build with me. You can just do little bits and pieces. I always offer those services. Always, always. Let's grab some more washers here. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna grab some washers so I don't have to grab them later. I should have sorted my washers by color too. Okay, there we go. Crispy spacebar on the EH. Yeah, I can do it for you, Trash. I can definitely. Send a commission form and just put in the notes exactly what you want, and I can quote you based off of the work I need to do. There was one time I've done a client's stabs in a baggie, and I had a feeling the lube would shift in the bag, and I even told them that, it's probably not going to be great. And I think some lube ended up shifting in transit and was like seeping out basically. Unfortunately, not much we could have done. And it was mostly where the wires were. It wasn't so much it was mostly where the housings were. But they still sounded okay according to the client, just wasn't like the best. I had a feeling. I'm loving my Tomo spacebar, had ticking stabs with Hyperglide, so I put a Sarokeys BCP in it, removed the ticking. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's just even just switch. Switch plays weird with everything else, so. 10 stream streak. Sean, my guy, how are you doing, dude? 10th 2 a.m. stream. Is it 2 a.m. for you? Do you mind, Sean, where in the world are you? If you don't mind me asking. When are you gonna branch out into cars? Sorry, I don't even know how to drive, man. I am gonna go attempt to get my license soon, though. So that's gonna be on my 2024 bucket list. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I live in the city, man. Even if I had my full license right now, I don't think I'd buy a car. There's nowhere I go that's far enough for me to warrant a car. Driving's easy, don't sweat it. I'm a little nervous. I think the first thing I have to do is a written test, and then in a year, I have to do the G2 or whatever it is. But yeah, I have nothing, Bell. So a little nervous. I've never driven in I've driven in video games, man. Come on. No, I've never driven ever, bro. Never. Cars are so expensive to buy and maintain. Yeah. Manual or auto? Probably auto. I don't want to deal with manual. That's Craig. Dude, city living. City living makes it easy so you can avoid all that stuff. The other thing I'm not looking forward to is the car payments. And that is something I'm hoping to avoid as long as I possibly can. Those things do not look cheap, especially with like insurance, gas, maintenance. Oh boy. Gonna be delivering snow in the pizza in the snow today? Did it snow badly? It snowed like okay-ish here. The snow's already kind of like, they already did the streets, so it's not even that bad. It's when the snow was falling that was more, I guess, in people's faces. I love your desk idea. I'm thinking about doing the same. How do you support the middle with being so long? So I just have well, actually, my girlfriend told me to. I wasn't gonna do this, but she said just put it in because I guess hers was starting to sag in the middle, or she kind of had that foresight. But we put an additional leg towards the end. I'd say like it's probably right over here. And then there's two, what's it called? Oh my God, banana. You guys, man. You guys know what I'm talking about, bro. Don't be Tim's. And then I have two U-shaped legs that we got from, I think Home Depot or something. Sussy Sundays. Oh my God. I had one of the big IKEA desks and it was starting to sag hard. Yeah. And then the other thing I'm going to recommend, if you guys are doing a desk, I know this is like totally what people don't do. One of the biggest tips I can give you guys, if you guys want a clean desk, if you guys have a computer, take the computer and put it on the floor. I know it looks cool staring at the computer parts, but it's a big chunk of desk space that you'll get back. Now you're wrong. I'm totally opinion based. But you can actually put a little piece of, so what I did was I put a wood piece, like a piece of cut desk basically, and then you just lift it off the floor. But just getting it out of my, like, off my desk was the biggest game changer for me, period. Put it on the floor, but make sure the PSU fan still gets air. Yeah. They sell risers? Yeah. Wood piece is fine, just not directly. Yeah, of course, guys. As someone with carpet in my office, 2 dogs, computer staying on the desk, that makes sense. But one of the biggest things for me was when I got rid of it, man. It felt so freeing on my desk. So freeing, dude. Making sure all our stabs are good here. Perfect. So I actually built an ITX case, and then I had a bunch of spare parts. So it was like old stuff, and the only thing I had to buy was an ITX motherboard. But I actually had my first ITX build 2 or 3 years ago. I just did it for fun. I think it only ended up costing me, because I got sent an ITX case from a company. It ended up only costing me like $200 and then using the rest of the parts. And I ended up giving it to my brother as a gift. So I think he ended up using that as a little home theater kind of computer type thing. All right, let's open this guy here up. Oh, I just got my dirty little fingerprints all over this thing. God, I do not like the fact that you guys can see up my nose right now. Fuck this, we're doing it like this. Yeah, we'll just leave it like this right now. Lean over the desk a bit. No, you guys can't see it right here. Show how oily those hands are. I mean, the fingertips got a little oil in them, you know, but the knuckles are dry as a bone. Building my PC is what got me into keybs. I couldn't build another one, so I started making keybs. Computers are harder to upgrade these days. I looked at the price of what's it called? What's the highest end graphics card? For 4090 right now? Dude, 4090s are hella pricey. It's so hard to justify how pricey those things are. So, little note, this is not completely centered, as you guys can see. However, we'll be putting feet on top of them, and I believe one of the changes was the feet are gonna have, let me double check. The feet will change to squeeze-in rubber feet like Geon's. So the feet right now, I think, are adhesive. You guys will see adhesive feet. But the change for the final unit will be push-in feet, like you have on the F1 from Geon and stuff like that. So the off-centered screw no longer bothers me. Yeah, big W, big, huge change. We like non-adhesive feet. So really, really, really thoughtful change. I see you don't like the electric screwdriver. I do not. I am not a big fan of that electric screwdriver. I'm so sorry. It is not my thing. All right. So, other fun things in this, by the way. Other fun things. Oh, you already know we got a solenoid, which is right over here. So that's really cool. We got the daughter board, and then we have the OLED button daughter board, you can call it too. So really fun stuff in the top of this keyboard frame. Really, really fun stuff. Which is pretty cool. Let's move this off to the side. I guess I'll just put this here for now. And let's take out our plates. Why is there so much air in the PCB? You'll see in a second. Oh, Phillips screws? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk. I hope these get changed. I don't think I saw any screw changes on the list, but would like to see these get changed too.
Oh baby, 2 years Alexotos woo.
Mark, thank you so much for 2 years of being here, man. Thank you, thank you. Every key should have a solenoid? Well, I mean, technically, the solenoid works for every key. Second time this week, I know, 2 keyboards with Phillips screws. Did it have a change for Phillips? I don't think it did. Let me double check. The top mounting positions are being rearranged, so that will be changed. But other than that, there's no change in the actual screws themselves. I will ask Barry of Play Keyboards, though, if it will get changed. Perhaps we can push for a change on the Phillips screws. Because this is a prototype unit, and they've already made some listed changes, which I think is both fortunate and unfortunate that we don't get to experience some of those changes, but it's fine. What is this solenoid for? Nax? You'll see. I don't want to spoil it for you. Nobody tell Nax yet, okay? Nax has to experience it. I don't need to take out that top frame, do I? I don't think I do. All right. Fun, fun, fun. I'll just put this on the floor for now. I don't really got space on my desk right now. Fun, fun, fun. Can you list the IC again? Of course I can. Sorry, I didn't think there was a GCAC thread until like literally before stream when Barry messaged me. I thought we had discussed something and I'm like, oh, I'll just link your Discord and then the Play Keyboards Discord and then my own fault. All right, so I guess now I would have to put in those standoffs. Let me double check. Reading instructions, you should never be embarrassed to do, by the way. So 6 red circle positions are enough for combine the PCB and plate to create a curve. Will reduce the unnecessary positions in production. Okay. So it's asking us to put 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 here for where the standoffs would go. All right, let's grab these standoffs and let's put these things in. So many screws? I don't think so. I think the screws is pretty normal for this. I think the only additional screws you'll probably have to do are these standoffs, but it's not really the biggest deal. I mean, we got case screws and we have top mount screws. So not the biggest deal in terms of screws. Okay. So let's just do this then. Let's do on the PCB first. And I believe we'll need, what bit do we need for this? Phillips. I was thinking about upgrading to a 5950X. I have all the Radeon stuff. And without being a hater, which I hope no one, the Radeon stuff's fine. Like the AMD stuff is like A-okay. However, as a creator and somebody who does a lot of like video stuff and photo stuff, it was a pain. And then the other thing too was I had to, there was like this whole thing where a lot of my USBs, there he goes hating again, a lot of my USB slots just like were not cooperating with me. And I had to switch and I tried switching out recently, but I had to switch it into what, PCI Express 3 or whatever, like the last gen, so Gen 3 stuff, for it to start working again. So ultimately, it's what prompted me to switch off of the Windows computer, was how many issues I was having with the AMD stuff, and I switched motherboards. So NCF, I did a whole bunch of stuff where I actually switched parts. and it still did not work for me. So unfortunately, I could not get it to work. But it's what led me to buy the Apple computer for doing my creative stuff, which has been absolutely fantastic. Instead of listening to the most hyped shit at the gym, I will be happy listening to Alex while getting the most disgusting cheat and chest and back pump. Let's go, dude. That's huge. AMD, gaming, Intel, Mac, productivity. If I had to rebuild my computer, I would probably pick the Intel NVIDIA route. My GPU is not having the issue now. I ended up updating drivers and it seemed to get rid of the issue. But it's scary how hot my graphics card and CPU gets at times. And the airflow is fantastic in my case. And I've tried a few different coolers as well, so. Do not go Intel for CPU? I don't know, man. I would agree to disagree. We just built my girlfriend's computer sort of recently with Intel, and it's been like a dream compared to the AMD stuff. Whenever she tried to like even just share her screen on the AMD platform, because the only thing we changed was the motherboard and CPU. It was like stuttering. It was really bad. It was just not a fun experience. Okay. Now we have to curve our PCB. Ooh, this is kind of fun, man. Wait, this is kind of neat. All right, so let's start off with this one screw over here, I guess. All right, one. AMD GPUs can be hit or miss, but their CPUs are a large POG. Yeah, my GPU has been a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I'm still able to game on it and stuff, so it hasn't been like the end of the world. So essentially what we're doing right now, guys, is we're kind of bending the PCB to the shape of the plate. Undervolting Ryzen? I mean, that's what I had to do, by the way. Oh, yeah, that's what I had to do. I forgot to tell you guys. The solution to fix all my problems was undervolting the GPU and the CPU. And it fixed so many problems for me. And I don't really notice too much performance loss, so... Wow, that's kind of cool, actually. Time for PUBG? Damn, sorry, I'm playing the classics. Oh, did I miss Oh, I guess I missed one over here. Wait. Oh shit, I did miss one. Whoopsie daisy. Forgot to put a standoff on this side. Imagine the PCB snaps. I hope not. I hope not. Well, that's interesting. Wow. It's kind of cool though. I like that's kind of a neat way to utilize flex cuts, giving flex cuts a purpose. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The memeiest cuts, but yeah, memeiest cuts, but not a meme. I like that. Very cool. So it's bent like that because it is modeling itself after an older board with the same sort of, can we call this an ergonomic curve? Or just, I guess, something towards that effect? I don't know if it's considered ergonomic. I'm assuming it's considered ergonomic, but that's fair. Yeah, something to that effect. The only time meme cuts are acceptable? Yeah, good use of meme cuts. I'm happy, big pog. And then we're only doing the 6 there, so I'm gonna double check everything here. Unfortunately for right now, I'm gonna state this. It does not look like if you run only Apple computers or anything that can't run an exe file, that you can actually switch the OLED. Oh wait. Okay, as long as you can get into the bootloader, which should be every computer. But if you wanted to convert the files, your GIF or GIF into the proper file to use for this OLED screen, you need to have a system that can run an exe file. So it does seem sort of limited, but not really. All right, I guess let's put some stuff in here. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the switches are gonna stay in here as well. SA set for this? That could be fun, but I don't think we're gonna do SA today. This does make me a little nervous popping in switches to a curved PCB though. If I'm gonna tell you guys my fears right now. It supports Mac, but I forgot to put in the guide. Oh, okay, Barry. Never mind. Barry sitting here saying like, fuck yeah, we haven't forgot about you guys. I like that. Never mind. Guess it supports Mac. I don't know how to do it just because it wasn't in the, so I'm probably not going to do it today, guys, just because I don't know how to do it. It wasn't in the instruction manual unless Barry somehow explains it to me really quickly. But whatever the preloaded OLED screen is, we'll just use that for today. All right, this is kind of popping in quite nicely. Ooh, sorry guys, to click too many buttons. I'm just kind of going slowly doing this. Curved plate plus PCB assembly kind of demands a uniform keycap profile, no. Barry, question for you, because I obviously have never built this yet. Did you notice any keycaps that were, I guess, not really supported with this curved PCB plate? Is there any recommendations you'd maybe, or not recommendations, or is there anything you were opposed to using, like you would say does not work with this? I'm surprised hot swap is an option. You would think that solder would help the curve. I would like to see a solderable PCB. I didn't see any solderable PCB options here, but I'm assuming maybe we'll get one. 100% need X-Wing on this. I was gonna put a CRP cap, but if you guys want me to put a X-Wing, I'm down. I think these are HMX Swift, right? Let me double check. HMX Swift. Yeah, HMX Swift linear switches. So these ones here have LY stems, which again, not the biggest fan of LY stems, but when they hit, they hit. Top housing is P3, the bottom housing is PA 3.0. I have no idea what that is, by the way. This does have, out of all the HMX switches that I got recently, the longest spring. I think the other ones were all 20. This is 22. And this is a 3.9 millimeter total travel. So they're saying plus minus 3.3, so about 3.7 mil. So should be interesting. I think these will be a little deeper just because the LY stems, which might prove to be nicer with this particular combination of things. Yeah, this is the last batch of HMX switches I'll be using for the next little while, just because I'm out after this. Or I have one last one, but I'm going to save it for another build. Although I have to admit, every HMX set that I've used, maybe the exception of the Hyacinths, because I didn't really love that set, has been pretty nice. So these switches have been pretty good so far. It's actually 3.5 travel, is it? So they list it wrong? Interesting. Does this go into this one? I do feel a little bit unsecure with this bottom row, but I'm sure once everything's plugged in, I'll kind of stress test it a little bit to see if these slip out a little bit. I've never built any curved PCB before, so we'll have to have some patience for me. Where does HMX rank to all the other, I guess, manufacturers? Not so much vendors. I think HMX right now, if I had to base it off of the last 4, I mean, I've only used it 4 times. They, so far, on all their factory lube switches, have the most consistent lubing job that I've seen in the batches so far. I would say that Athleon and HMX would be my go-tos for recommendations for pre-lubed switches, but I think HMX takes the cake there ever so slightly, just because they seem to have a lot more like fun varieties of their switches opposed to the Athleon switches, which I feel like there's not a huge amount, but I think that's also up to, no, there's no need to lube these. I opened them up and I think I even showed you guys the cheese switches live on stream. They're they're pretty well done. Like even the springs have a dab of oil on them too. At least the batches that I got anyways. I bought some WS Jade switches that were way over lubed, unusable. Yeah, I mean, that's the other risk that you'll run with any switch that's pre-lubed. Sometimes you get that really bad batch, which I've had happen with Athleon. I've had happen with some of the Wuche stuff. Again, I've only used 4 with HMX so far. So it's a very small batch of, test samples, I guess. Interesting. I bought some HMX Macchiato switches. I've yet to try. Any experience with those? I just did dude, the Macchiatos and the cheese switches so far from HMX are my faves. I think you'll like the Macchiatos. They're more of a standard switch. They're not quite, that long pole, kind of like in your face, super clacky business. I thought they were fantastic though. Oh, is Win keyless? It's okay, it's hot swap. We can just take them out. I'll do it here in a second. Was it Win keyless? Oh, it was. I'm talking. That's why we're getting confused on where things go. How do you tune your Nixies? In my Hibiki, they didn't end up near as clacky as I thought. You have to use a light coat of lube. The moment you start to go overboard on lube on the Nixies is the moment they lose all their sound signature. So in those particular, any cherry switch, you have to be delicate with how much lube you put in. I have a whole lubing guide on YouTube if you guys want to see, with also some tips and tricks on how to change ever so slightly some sound profiles. You are not tripping, darling. There's definitely a curve, yeah. Just, we've tested GMK, CYL, and NTMU, or MTNU, SA, and they all work. GMK, CYL will be our best because if it's our reference. Okay, so cherry profile from GMK, or I guess their cylindrical profile, whatever you want to call it, is the best so far. All right. Why is this switch being weird? Get out of here. So, with that being said, I think we have a Alex stepped on the PCB. Yeah, my bad, guys. We'll straighten it up later. What do you guys want to use? I feel like you guys want to use S-Wing and X-Wing so badly, but I low-key kind of want to use a GMK set. But hey, I'll let you guys pick. Barry said they all work. Also, if you want the Nixies to sound really good, my recommended way of tuning them would be to film them using a Desky film. Those are the best films in my opinion. And then also spring swap them, whatever spring you like. I'd recommend a long spring though. You can just pick whatever one you want. I don't have a full set of MTNU, unfortunately. I need to ask Mike if I can have one. So, quickly glancing over some stuff we didn't like about this keyboard so far. Realistically, the only thing so far is the use of Phillips screws. I don't mind the Phillips screws here on the standoffs, but on the top mount of the case, I would prefer them to be hex. SA Tatooine? You guys want SA today? Really? Not that I don't want to use it, I'm surprised. MTNU Wob was Mike's. Yes, it was. I was sad to let that one there go. It's a nice set. I had to, dude, I think it's so dumb. Hear me out. It's so stupid how, for that high price tag of that board, so nice. Telly, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Snaps. Yeah, it is kind of satisfying today. For the Geist board, they didn't have a travel case. I was so let down by that. Because I was pulling my hair out thinking, how do I ship this back to Mike without disassembling it? So I had to take out another big case that I had, cut the foam manually, and then ship it to him. And then hope to God everything stays in place. So, yeah, for $2,000+ I would like a case. I so prefer Phillips though. I have so many Phillips screwdriver and 2 that work with hex. The problem is Phillips, strips quite easily if you're not careful. So I just prefer using hex. You'd expect a case. You're right, Zach. Good save there. I would expect a case from that. Oh, wow. Cool. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. That is wild to see. Cool. My suggestion, though, to Barry here. Obviously, I don't know how this sounds yet. I'm making a wild assumption, making a prediction. This might sound a little bit thinner. However, I've seen it used in some of the Owl Labs PCBs where they use this, like, I think it was on the link. They use this, like, I don't even know what to call it. Some sort of bendy material that can plug up those gaps. That's the link basically had that roll up PCB bullshit. But I think that would be kind of interesting if you implemented that to people who maybe don't like flex cuts. Another thing that could be implemented is just some sort of like flex cut silicone plug. Might be a bit tricky though. These are really large gaps in this one here to get this to bend, but cool use of flex cuts. Very cool use. I think this works. This makes it like, if the Link 65 implemented something like this, where you could have like a PCB or plate combo that kind of bend it, it would make a lot more sense. But the Link 65 made no sense why it was so bendy. But this is actually really cool. Very interesting use of flex cuts. All right, I guess let's put things back together now. The other thing too that's kind of cool is this OLED thing at the top that you can actually use as a button. I think that's super neat too. We've been thinking about it, but it's very weak and easy to break to our knowledge. Oh, is it? I think the 6th version PCB we've made to test. Oh, really? Interesting. Test it first? Yeah, we're gonna make sure everything works first. But before we do any of that, let's actually just screw it into the top so it doesn't slide around, and then we'll plug it in. Interesting. If you guys don't know, Play Keyboards has made some really fun stuff in the past. I think they even made that C64 board that we did a while back. I think it was it injection molded, Barry? I don't remember now. But that was really fun to use too. I don't know what the new placement of screws in the plate's gonna look like. I hope it doesn't have any screws under the space bar though. I might even just not even put some in right now. Love a good button. It's kind of a hidden button. It's kind of cool. The Command 65, it's injection molded. Yeah, that was a really fun keyboard too. I really enjoyed that one there. Is the PCB SEM 3, since it's more flexible? You would have to ask Barry that question. I don't have that answer. Barry might have to reply to you on that one. I love the contrast of the daughter board compared to the main PCB. Very cool design choice. Yeah, that's also very cool too, yeah. I agree with Rig there. Reg, I'm going to see you again soon, hopefully, in Utah. Hopefully. Wait, there's no screw holes there. I guess we don't put anything in those. Okay. Gonna take you on the most romantic night of your life. Let's go, dude. Appreciate that. Does this pull out or lift? Never know with these things. I'm assuming this pulls out. Oh, it was already pulled out. Never mind. All right, easy installation of the ribbon cable. Usually, sometimes these keyboards can get like a bit of a pain in the ass. The screen protector is still on this guy. I haven't removed it yet, but let's see if it turns on. This is so interesting. I love this. Okay. Barry, how do I turn off the solenoid? I don't know how to do that. If you guys see a refresh line over here, you don't see it in person. It's just the, what's it called? It's literally just the camera refresh versus what's on the screen. So you won't see that in person, by the way. Push the OLED button? Oh, that is so clutch, dude. That is so much fun. I love that, dude. That is so neat. And the solenoid's not like super in your face either. It does look cool with the scan line, but you don't see it in person. Just so you guys are fully aware of that. You do not see that in person. At least I don't see it. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. All right. Let's oh, this looks so cool. Okay, let me put the bottom of this keyboard on. One sec, guys. One sec. Let's put the bottom of this board back on. Not gonna lie, lovely keyboard. It's cool so far, I have to admit. Again, my only quarrel with this so far, which to me is a big deal, is the Phillips screws on the inside. Again, PVD on the bottom is not the nicest PVD I've ever seen in my life. So in case you guys are wondering about my opinion on that, I've seen much better PVD, but I've also seen much worse PVD. I would like to see the PVD ever so slightly finer. It has a slight bit of rippling on it, which maybe is not an issue to most people. It's hard to not have any streaks though. I've seen some really good quality PVD, and there is an option to not even bother getting the PVD. There's just the regular option, which is $20 less. But for only a $20 premium versus the other, I guess, version of it, I'm not like terribly upset. So, Zeal, thank you so much for the 27 months, bro. I hope you're having a great day. Manic, thank you so much for the raid, man. Hello. We're just bundling up our keyboard right now. Has anyone done glass bottoms? There's a glass keyboard. And there was also that glass bottom from Wuche on the Zoom TKL. I mean, it's cool looking. Definitely cool looking. Oh, I forgot to put the foam in. Should I put the foam in? I feel like we have to. I'm gonna do that. I feel like the bottom foam kind of makes sense in this case. It's just a small sheet of bottom foam. I do want to include it because there's no big weight on this board, so. No, the Hibiki was made out of acrylic, was it not? Again, I could be wrong. We just take a look at the Rainy 75. Man, that has been on a request list. People have been sending me emails about the Rainy 75. Oh yeah, Kohaku did have a glass cover for the weight too, but I wouldn't consider that like a glass bottom, you know? At least I wouldn't consider it a glass bottom. How do I put this? Does this go this way? I guess so. Oh, and I guess the ribbon cable would go like this. All right. Rainy's interesting board, for sure. Curious to see your thoughts. I don't know if I'm going to be building one, but it's definitely interesting. I don't know if the board's for me either. I think it's just a good option for people who want something at a little bit more of a affordable price point, who want to kind of get into customs. You talking about the new one from Wuche? Yes. I think I already have it, but I'm waiting for them to send me either replacement plate or PCB or something. I can't remember what was wrong about it. I'll get the feet here in a second once I screw this all back in. You don't know if you're gonna build the Rainy because they haven't reached out? They haven't reached out, but I could reach out, but I just don't know if I want to. I just don't know if I have A, the bandwidth to cover it, and B, I don't know if I want to cover it. I have a lot of client builds that's coming in over the next month and a half, and I don't want to like prioritize prototypes over client builds. Again, this will be changed to Geon style press-in feet. So there'll be no need for all these adhesives, which is like a big, big W. Because once these adhesive feet go on, good luck getting them off. Good to hear. Yeah, it's a much welcome change. And I'm glad they went with press-in feet. Because I don't know if I could have dealt with this. Any change you make to this board in terms of like maybe even just wanting to disassemble it would have to remove the feet. But there we go, feet plugged in. I got a lot of fingerprints on the bottom. I kind of don't mind the fingerprint look on this though, kind of looks neat. All right. Let's flip this over. I'll show you guys a little side profile of this board quick. If it wants to focus. There we go. You can see the curve. Oh, whatever. You know what? Stupid camera. You can see the curve right there. Starts right there. And you can see the curve on the inside of this. Look how cool that is. Very, very interesting. Here is the front, which is kind of cool because it has a little bit of that, you know, bottom accent. It's not really a weight. I think it's still aluminum on the bottom. Just it's coated. Very neat. And then here is the back. Again, a little bit of a lip, which is, it's fun to look at. A little bit of a recessed USB-C cable too, which is nice, so it hides some of the nasty bits of the USB-C cable sometimes. All right, though, what are we using for keycaps is the real question. Do you guys still want SA or can we use GMK? I don't even know how this is gonna sound like. Actually, it might not even sound bad, bro. I don't even know. Yes, it's inspired by the Model M. We could do CRP. Here, you know what? I'll just do it. But if I'm just gonna do the 3 brands. Here, we'll do, not prediction, poll. And then we'll do keycaps. And then we'll do CRP, GMK, or SA. But I get to pick which one it is. You guys just have to pick the brand. So go ahead and pick. SA Phantom? I don't have SA Phantom. That'd be really cool in this, yeah. This just feels wrong with Cherry profile. I guess, but you can use Cherry. I suppose. Oh yeah, it didn't really seem like anything was slipping out of the PCB being curved and this being hot swap. I'll do a verification of this later after we use it for like a week. If you guys want to come back in about a week. And we'll open this guy up and we'll see if the PCB slipped at all from the plate. I don't think it will though. So many GMK votes, cowards. Oh shit, you guys want GMK? Alright. I don't know what GMK set we're going to use though. We could do Dandy. Dandy would look pretty cool on this. Or Noel. Noel would look really nice on this. I've been asking for Noel for like a week and a half. I don't think I'm going to get it though. I think Noel would look sick. Actually, I'm picking today. It's like GMK 98% of the time. Hey, it's what you guys want. Let's have SA. Use Alt Botanical. Oh yeah, you guys wanted Botanical. That's right. Oh, do I have Botanical here? Pause it right here. We all know what GMK looks and sounds like. It's easy. I think it's also a better benchmark, just so everyone's aware too. Just because we use it so often, it ends up being a good benchmarking tool. So outside of it being, what, a boring choice, I mean, it's a safe choice because, oh shit, I really did not put these back nicely. I like to do Cherry Industrial. Oh, this does look nice like this though. This is so interesting. I even think the, I don't know if you guys can even tell here, like the top frame of the case looks so visually interesting as well. Even though it's not like the most intricate thing in the world. Price point on this is high. It's $450. I'm not the biggest fan of the price point, but it is a unique project. Like I've never seen anything like this done so far. So I'm kind of vibing with it. Do you know if cherry stabs work on a 1.2 millimeter PCB? You can get them to work, but you just need shims. I feel like the price is very justified though. Yeah, I'm not upset at the price. I feel like it's just high. Like it is. We can all agree that $450 is an expensive keyboard. I'm not like super terribly upset at it though. Like I'm not gonna sit here the other day with the LZ CLS, and then tell you it's, you know, I personally think it's worth half the price. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think this is in that same boat because it's so unique. Like you get so many like fun, unique aspects of this too. Is Barry, do you know if this is going to be, I didn't ask you this question, I should have. Is this going to be a limited run or is this an open group buy? Again, I probably should have asked you this. By the way, this set choice, absolutely outstanding. This looks great on this so far. I can't do high profile keycaps. WPM drops like, perma drops like 20. I mean, that's fair. To each their own, everyone has their own thing they like. Open? Okay. I'd go as far as say 450 seems reasonable to me, considering there's been less interesting boards for significantly more. Woad, I'm with you on that, Woad. Yo, Mason, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1s. Oh my god, dude. Thank you so much, man. How's your day going, dude? Ooh, you gave Soren one. Kopi, Big Bezel Bob, damn. Some regulars in there. Is this gonna sound sick? That threw me off. I don't know why that threw me off for. I thought that was a different key. Oh no, not Soren. He's gonna come back and be like, you wasted your money. This combo is so hot. I wholeheartedly agree. I don't know who originally suggested this. I can't remember who did, but your color choice is kind of hot, bro. Was it you, Woad? You know what else is sick? Alex's sweet, sultry voice. Is it sultry? That's a compliment. That's a very big compliment. I really appreciate that. I don't think it's that sultry. I think I'm annoying. This keyboard would go well with sleeper Dell Optiplex PC build. I feel like if you get some old keycaps on this, this would be definitely a huge sleeper board. Huge sleeper board. Ooh. Is this gonna sound nice? Is this gonna be the first flex cut keyboard I build where I'm like, wait, this sounds pretty good. Spacebar's not flipped. Wait, did Barry say flip it? Please flip the spacebar, you'll know later. Oh, is it because it's on a high curve? Let me try both, Barry. Let me try both if you don't mind. All right. Almost there. This is kind of cool. This is very, very cool. I hope this board does well, honestly. Fairly easy to assemble. I wouldn't say there was any sort of like complications. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, pretty straightforward, I'd say. Nothing too crazy in this. I kind of want this bad. I wonder how I'm going to adjust to this subtle ergonomic curve, though. Very curious. I got the straight white botanical, like a fool apparently. Nah, the standard botanical is really cute too. It's a good set. Can't be upset with standard botanical. But desert botanical was always, like when this came out, when desert botanical was a thing, I was like, man, I gotta have that versus the regular. Gotta have it. I think the other caps are all scattered on this side. They are. I just tossed them in at one point. I give up putting things back in the trays nicely. I don't know about you guys, but I could care less these days. Yes. Does it curve to the left or the right? It curves bottom to top, so it's like this. You can kind of see right here. It's not super aggressive, but it's definitely noticeable. Like I said, very innovative use of flex cuts. So very, very cool. Very happy with that. Did I mess up these two caps? I did. The G and the H are backwards. Left or right curve would be interesting. I don't know how that would work. I feel like that'd be the opposite of ergonomic though, because then your hands would pronate inwards like this, and you wouldn't want that, right? You'd want it to be curved maybe like this. Actually, that would be kind of interesting if it was that kind of curve. Wait, does that already exist? I don't even know. I don't really dive too deep into the world of ergonomic keyboards. Do you think an R5 height would make it worse or better? I wouldn't know, to be honest. It probably wouldn't impact it that much. Those tented Alices. Oh, true. Tented Alices are a thing. I'm stupid. I've built one. Actually, I've only ever built one or two tented Alices. I mean, that's more of like a pyramid, though. I want like an actual curve. Stupid. I'm a dummy. Oh, this looks great with this. Ooh. What do you guys think? This looks real nice. It's not very weighty. It has some weight, but I mean, this is not heavy at all, I'd say. Some weight to it. Interesting. I like it, but maybe a tad too big for my desk. That's fair, Candy. How you doing today, Candy? 9009 would fit really nicely. Wait, this looks kind of hot, man. This is really cool. Very, very cool. What a fun project. So again, the standout features here, you have an OLED button, like a literal button that activates the solenoid. So you can go from... it does have a curved PCB plate combo, which is the first I've seen to date, like on my channel at the very least. So you can see it here. It was very interesting to install. Good use of flex cuts. One negative thing, it did have a lot of Phillips screws on the inside. Would like to see those swapped out. Not a huge Phillips screw guy. The PVD on the bottom is not like the best PVD I've ever seen. I understand that different size PVD can be different quality, but just to let you guys know, it's not the absolute best. This is the $470 version. I personally don't care for PVD stuff too much myself. I would probably just go with the standard aluminum version, like the non-PVD coated one. Because you can even see some machining marks on the inside of the word model OLED. Right there as the light hits it. A copper bottom would be insane for this. I don't even know the price point of that. But other than that, very cool keyboard. I'd say like very innovative in a lot of ways too. I like all the features that went into this. This is super cool. Let's see how it sounds. Wait. Let's see how it sounds. I think that's pretty good. No, the solenoid, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a thing that hits the side of something. All right, let's see how it actually sounds now without the solenoid on. Actually not bad. These are HMX Swift switches. The spacebar is loud. Okay, yeah, I think the spacebar, switch choice in the spacebar is so aggressive. God damn. Barry did say to try it and flipped. Oh, it's way more comfortable and flipped in this case. All right, let me try a different switch though. This is a very loud switch choice. I'm gonna try a cherry switch. I think a Nixie sounds real good today. I think we're gonna go with the Nixie today. Oh, this one has a bent pin. Let me fix that. Oh shit, this is really bent. I'm not gonna use this particular Nixie, but I'll grab another one. We knew it. Hey, did we? That's way different. Hold on. Let's switch it back. It feels weird doing it in this. Actually, I don't like the Nixie here. I like the HMX switch better. The Nixie is too sharp for this. Yeah, it's like too sharp and kind of dull. All right, let's switch back. Maybe we can try one of the macchiato switches because those should be a little bit less aggressive, I'd say. Just a bit. Let's try a macchiato switch. Clear tops are quieter than the regular blacks. Yes, they are a bit quieter than standard MX black switches. Yeah, actually, I like this more. The macchiato switch. Yeah, this is nice. I like the macchiato switch in this. The Swift switch was too loud. I need to tune up the stab a little bit. What's the link for? The link for this, here, do I still have it? Here we go. That's the IC, and then the Discord link in the model OLED build command is the Play Keyboards Discord. This is nice. I like this. Sounds good. The typing feels nice. I don't feel like any interference between any of the caps at all. Like I just don't so far, but can you still hear the space over the solenoid? Yeah, you still can. I like I think this is overall a cool keyboard. Very fun. Very, very fun. I need to tune the spacebar a little bit, which actually I should do right now. Let me do it right this moment. Do I have a syringe? I do. How does it feel to type on? It feels great. I don't really have any complaints with this. There's nothing I would change typing experience-wise. It's a decent top mount experience, I'd say. Ooh, sorry for that, guys. I did not think that would make loud noises. Actually, it's kind of comfortable. The more you type, like the more I kind of like vibe with this, the more this like little ergonomic curve is quite nice. I'm into this. Very cool project, Barry. Very cool project. I like it. Board has a nice woody quality to it acoustically. Yeah, I would say the acoustics on this are quite pleasant as well. I came in this truthfully. I think I was even talking to Geoff before stream. I was like, man, I don't know if this board acoustically is going to be my thing, but Visually, it's my thing. And I'm very, very pleasantly surprised with the acoustics. Very, very pleasantly surprised. I can definitely, you don't even have to ask me, I'll test the solenoid. This is the solenoid is what I like to call work mode. So you go into an office, you turn this button on, it lets everyone know you mean business. Wait, why did it stop? The solenoid stopped. Barry, what happened? Solenoid number pad, you broke it? I don't know what happened. Got fired, worked too hard. Rip solenoid, let me see. Did it somehow turn off? Oh, no, it's not turning back on. Keyboard's working though. Barry, what happened? Did we jam it up? Well, that's a problem. Barry, might have to look at this one here. Unplug and replug it? I just did. Rip work mode, bro. No. Well, this is why we do these prototype builds. No, it's not working. This is why we do these. I'll make a note of it. The solenoid was on a free trial. Post-noid clarity. Oh my gosh. The banana spacebar irks me. Oh, my spacebar's a little bit warped. Just ever so slightly. Don't stress about it though. Don't worry about it. It's a little bit warped. I don't know. This happened for the first time. I will go back in afterwards, Barry, and I'll see if it's something to do with the connection on it or something, but yeah, the keyboard's working fine. Unfortunately, we have no solenoid being active. Damn. Unfortunate. Solenoid performance anxiety. It's okay. As long as we see that now, then Barry can now, maybe we can have a point to work off of now. See why that happened. Reminding me of the Class 80? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, too hard. I was spamming the keys too hard. It does sound nice though. It does sound nice. All right though, guys, that's pretty much the stream. To sum it up, we used HMX Swift switches on an aluminum plate today. I like the Swift switches. They sounded nice, but I did prefer them. I think macchiatos and cheese are still my favorite for all the HMX stuff. This is from Play Keyboards. It does cost about $4.50 to start. It is, I'd say it's nice. It's called the Motto OLED. It's supposed to have a solenoid. For whatever reason, does not work right now. It was working for all of 4 minutes. Has a curved PCB, which does look and sound really cool. Or not sound rather, but feel very nicely. I would say the only issue with this board, like I said, the PVDing and also the Phillips head screws. Other than that, very cool project. Very, 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 very fun project, dude. Macchiato and cheese. Does that sound like a nice combo? Very, very fun project. I think I actually might use this board for a bit. I really like the way it sounds. It's like a nice, deep, deep sounding keyboard. All right, let's go see if we can go raid. I'm gonna communicate with Barry, see if we can get this solenoid back in action. I don't know why it stopped working. That's real weird. Stop working. Okay, Alex, please. Let's go raid. Oh, Gargle's streaming? Oh, we're definitely raiding Gargle. Let's 100% go raid him. You guys have a good afternoon. I'm probably just gonna honestly spend the rest of the evening doing keyboard stuff and maybe play some video games. Maybe go outside, but there's some snow and honestly I don't feel like being cold. So thanks for tuning in today, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I'll be streaming again, I'm hoping tomorrow. I don't know if the keyboard's coming in on time. The QB got delayed again, so we have something else planned, but if it's not here, then I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe we'll just log on to have some fun and build something personal. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow if anything. Bye, everybody. Love you, and thanks for being here, guys. Bye-bye.